Well, we're on the home stretch. Now we're going to be attaching our exterior to our interior. So I'm going to show you quickly what your exterior looks like. You've got everything all attached, nice crisp corners. So hopefully you can see that in the video. So we're going to just put that aside because I only have so much room. I'm going to take your interior and you're going to turn it right side out. Now, I know a lot of purses have you turn your exterior right side out, but I find for this purse, I've done it both ways. It was easier to sew this final part doing it this way. So we're going to turn that. Okay. Now you're going to stick this. Oh my goodness, my machine keeps on threading on me. This whole entire project, that's all it's been. So I'm going to quickly fix this because it's going to bug me. Rethread that. The long tail. Okay, so I've got it turned. So now you want to determine what pocket. So you want your slip pocket or do you want your card slots at the front of your purse? So the front of your purse is the one where there's no zipper pocket. There's nothing. It's just a panel. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous panel. So for me personally, I would put my slip pocket towards the front so that I'm not having two zipper pockets that are side by side inside the purse. So I'm going to go ahead and slip that into my purse like that. Pushing it down, making sure everything is down in the purse. So you've got your zipper going down and it's out of the way. So as you can see, I've got my interior zipper pocket and my interior slip pocket, and they're facing towards the front panel that has nothing on it. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clip everything together. So just clip along the entire top. Okay, so as you can see, this side seam that attaches my panels to my side, I've got it facing inwards towards the panel. The side panel here. I'm just gonna finish quickly clipping all this together. Along the top edge. So your curves should match up. Everything should stop and start at the same spot on both sides. Our time, these side seams are facing in towards that side panel. So now we're going to go ahead and stitch the entire top 1/4 inch in. Just pick where you want to start. I'm going to squish my bag down so you can see. I'm going to start in the center of one of these curves, top panels. I'm going to sew it all together. Take your time, especially where you're going to be pivoting. You're pivoting a lot in this pattern just because of how I designed it. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to pivot. So I'm sewing downwards now. If you need to move that clip, go ahead. So you can see them. If you can see the marking, I don't know if you can see the marking in my video. So that marking you made at the top of your side panel, that's where you want to sew to. Just, it helps us also as a guide so you know exactly that you've sewn down for 1/4 inch. I'm trying to flatten this bag as I sew it so you guys can see because I know it's probably a horrible angle. So again, take your time, especially when you get to where you have to pivot at the sides here. This looks a little messed up here. It's not though. All right. So again, pivot so you're fully sewing upwards to get back up to that next curve. It's only got a couple stitches. It's not a lot of stitches there. And then, sorry, my nail cut on my sewing machine. There Alright, so keep sewing. So now we're sewing the other side. And I'm trying to flatten it as much as I can so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just following this curve until I get to the very end. Move my clips out of the way so they're not flying. Again, making sure that side seam is faced towards my side panel. Sew to where that line is. Pivot again to sew along the top of your side panels. So as long as you need to, or as far as you need to. So again, I've made sure my seam is pressed in towards the center of my side panel. I'm going to pivot and I'm going to sew straight up until I reach where I need to pivot again. There we go. When I matched it to my sewing, my stitching, I started it earlier. So now my exterior and my interior are sewn together. So I'm just going to show you one more time. See where I pivot. So I sewed to there and I pivot and I sew down and I pivot again. I sew straight across. So there's no curves. You want it to be pretty square. And you can see that my seams are facing inwards towards the side panel. So now we're going to go ahead. We're going to give birth to our bag. So the easiest is pull out your lining like that. Find your opening. Stick your hand in. And grab your bag. Grab the bottom panel of your bag and carefully bring out that exterior fabric like you are giving birth. If you're a man sewing this purse, be thankful you never have had to do this. This is funny. Although you probably birthed bags. But that's about it. Okay. I use my thumbs. I'm gently pushing it through. Slowly, just slowly. Yeah, once you get the hardware out, it's a lot easier. Once you get all the cork out and the exterior, it's a lot easier. And just keep pushing it, pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. There we go. Everything is right side out now. So now I'm going to use my hands inside the bag and I'm pushing out all these corners. If you need to use a tool, go ahead. Make sure everything's nice. Try to get it as flat as you can. You can see my thumbnails in there and I'm pushing it. I'm going to do it again the same on this side. I'm pushing that out as much as I can. And because we didn't fully sew those corners, we can push them out quite a bit and there's not going to be that extra bulkiness. So again, pushing it out. I might need a tool for that one. I think I'm going to grab a tool for that one. Let me see how. Just to kind of help me out. Just push it out as much as you can. There we go. Much better. Obviously, you're not going to be pushing it out too much like I just did. Just push it out enough. Enough so it's nice and flat. So now, we're going to shove the inside back into our purse. And I just press. Actually, before you even do that, you got to push out these top curves. So definitely you'll need a tool for that part. So I'm pulling this back out. Okay, so I'm going to show you one. So take your tool, and this is where your curve is. Make sure that curve is pushed out all the way. Pushed out all the way. You can see, I mean, it should be. So really gotta push it out. Just take your time. Don't force it. It will go out. I know it's a little bit tricky the first time you do it, but once you get all four done, you'll be like, oh, that was easy. Because you'll be a pro by the fourth one. Okay. Okay. So go ahead There. See? That's what you want it to look like. You want to have that nice seam going up, and then it starts to curve. There. So go ahead and do that with all the corners, and I'll see you for the next video to show you the last couple steps.